Very many people, there is a very big challenge which is really disturbing them. They scratch their heads, they don't understand it. What is floating loss? Why are their coins in red? Why is my coin negative? Eh? This is going to be our topic today. I think very many of us, we are having trades which are in negative, not so? We are having trades which are in negative. Negative is too much. We are really dying. Eh? People are like, we are dying. This is a lot. Eh? How can I be negative for all this long? What is floating loss? Mostly the new people. The new people, they have a problem. Which is not a problem. It's only that they have not yet understood the business. Someone joins the business. They make money. You know, when you have just entered trades, your trades are at zero, not so? So the moment the coin goes down, they miss some days without making profits. Most importantly, when their capital is limited, people with little capital, when they don't have a lot of margin calls. So they miss some days without making money. This frustrates them. This makes them hate the business. This makes them don't like the robot. But let me tell you something. You got to need to learn this. You will be at peace. You will be at ease. When you learn how crypto works, when you learn how the robot works, when you learn how this market works, everything will be very easy for you. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? So today we are going to be looking at what is floating loss. What is floating loss for sure? Friends, when you enter the meeting, don't unmute yourself. You'll be bringing in unnecessary noises in the meeting. So we are going to be looking at what is floating loss. What is floating loss? That's going to be our topic today. What is floating loss? How is it done? What is it all about? Let me share my screen. I think all of us, we have ever seen such trades. Okay? For example, very many people are in a trade called acro. And it looks like this. Are you seeing? In a trade called acro, and it looks like that one. It is in negative. WorldCoin is in negative. INJ is in negative. GMT is in negative. This is what we have come to learn today. I've used this account to teach you.
Sorry, I don't see your screen.
My screen is not visible. How comes? Let me share it again. Let me share my screen again. Let me even get a pointer at the same time. Okay. Let me get even a pointer at the same time.
Screen ebadde erabika.
Ebadde erabika, eh? Okay, let me share again.
Ebadde erabika.
Let me share my screen again. Mr. Sam, can you now see my screen? Is my screen visible now? Okay. Okay, let's proceed.
I think
now
the problem is on my side. Let me sort it out.
Okay, sir. Maybe you can restart the app.
Tujiraba. Usaamah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now I want you to look here.
Tujiraba.
This is how the screen looks like. Okay, this is how coins in floating, they look like. We call them floating loss. I want you to look here. I want you to look here. When you look here, there is a word floating loss. Let me get a pointer. Someone recommend to me the best app to give me a pointer to be using. Because I'm using X Recorder, but it is disturbing me a lot. If you know any app which can do that better, please recommend it. Because this one is really bogus at the moment. So a coin which is negative, for example, I want you to look at this Acro. We invested in $1,600. Acro is now at negative 60%. And it's making a floating loss of $1,111. Have you seen that? I think we are familiar with such trades. There is another trade called WorldCoin, WLD. Position amount here, the position amount of this trade is $199, almost 200. It is in negative 3% with a floating loss of negative 7%.
Usaamah, put back your screen.
How comes my screen is off?
We are seeing data, Sultan, and so on, Bluetooth. Put back. Thank you.
Okay, let me share again. Is my screen visible? Can you see
Yes.
it now?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So I was saying, look, for example, at this trade, it's called WorldCoin, WLD. It has a position amount of $200, and then it is a negative 3% with a floating loss of $7. Acro has $1,600 with a negative 67% with a floating loss of negative $1,100. Today, our topic, we are going to look at what is floating loss. Very many people don't understand this topic at all. This is what we want. This is what we want us to discuss today, so that everyone can understand what is this all about. Okay, so we want everyone to understand today this topic. What is floating loss, so that it doesn't make you doesn't give you headache anymore. Look here. So let's get out. For example, let's look at Acro. The robot is saying the average price. Let me tap on the coin. The average price. I bought this coin at this price. Is it my network? Oh. Hope my screen is visible, friends. The robot is showing us that it bought this coin at an average price of $0.01, $0.018. But currently, the price is at 0.006. Okay? Have you mastered that? Now let's go to our trading view. Let's go to our trading view, and we look at a coin called Acro, which the robot is trading. So it's up here. We look for Acro stroke USDT. Okay, so we tap it. So now I want us to look. Okay, I'm going to get lines. I'm going to change lines. let me use these lines and I'm going to change them colors. The one in green is the average price. It was, the robot bought this coin at 0.018. Let me see again, 0.01872. 0.01872. Almost there, okay? Let me leave it there. Have you seen the green line? The green line means that's where the robot bought the coin. Now let's get the red line. Okay, let me leave it at blue color. The blue color is the current price. Now that means the market, this coin moved from the green to blue. Have you seen that? So if we decide that let's calculate what is the percentage of this? I think the robot is right. That is negative 60%. That means the robot bought this coin when it had gone up. Then the coin came down. Are you getting the point? Is that clear, friends? That's why the robot is telling us that this coin is in negative 67%. It's really accurate. That it bought it at a green line, but currently the price is at a red, it's at a blue line here down. Let me remove this price range. Have you seen that? Now, this is the explanation of floating loss. That when a coin goes from above and it comes down, the robot will not sell that coin. Never, ever, because it will be in loss. Imagine it bought it at this level, and right now it's at this level. Do you know what the robot does? It will keep this trade until it bounces back. Until it bounces back, then it will sell it. Or you give it margin calls and you enjoy profits in between the downfall. For example, look here. Are you seeing where there are green candles? However, the coin was going down. It is in a downtrend. The market has been moving down. But still, there are green candles. That means somewhere, somehow, there are days where buyers overcome sellers and the market goes up. So in that period, the robot will be making profits for you, even if the market is going down via what we call margin call. Now, are we understanding what floating loss means? Even if we look at a coin called WorldCoin, let's look at it. The robot said, I bought this coin at an average price of 1.864, but currently it's at 1.79. So we go here, we are going to look for WorldCoin, WLD USDT. We are on an application called Trading View. Okay, now this is it. This coin is really nice. Let me tell you. The robot bought it at 1.864. So let me get my blue line. $1.864. There. No. Okay, there. The robot bought this coin when it was at that price. Are you seeing? Then the market went down a little bit. Then now the market is recovering. Actually, if I use 1 day, it will not show us a good picture. Eh? I want you to look at this. Are you seeing? The robot bought it when the market had gone at blue. Now the market is here currently at that red dotted line. That's why it has a floating loss of negative 3.9%. You get my point? Because by the time it bought it, the market went down. So the robot couldn't keep on buying this coin. So now it's keeping it. In case the market bounces back, the robot will sell it. And eventually, I want you to look here. It is now negative 3.9. The moment the market bumps up 5%, the robot will sell. Our robot doesn't sell at loss. It keeps coins when they go in negative. When it buys and these coins go low, the robot keeps them. Have we understood what floating loss means or what negative means in the market? Now, what is the solution? The solution is here. Okay, let's get our book and we start right away. Okay, now the solution is simple. When we are trading WLD as our coin, and this coin, we buy it here at 1.864. Then the coin goes here at it's at what price? It's at 1.79. It's at 1.79. Now it's here 1.79. So that means the market has been moving down. You get the point? If the robot bought on this line, and currently the market is on this line, the robot has to wait for the market to come back so that it sells. However, you can use this as an opportunity and do what? And have what we call margin calls. I think when you look in the group, all the time they always tell us, hey, my coin is in negative. It is not selling. Then people tell you, give it my margin calls. This is what they mean. Tell your robot to keep buying this coin as it is going down. Keep buying it in levels. For example, that's when we are doing trade settings, if you have $200, we don't put all of them in a trade. We put them in portions. For example, we can decide that our $200, we are going to divide them by 10 margin calls. And we give each trade $20. Each margin call, we give it 20. The first buying amount, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 20, 20. Those are 10, right? So 20 times 10, that is $200. Not so? So that means if world coin, this coin, comes from this price to this price, the robot will use my $200 to buy it at a better price. For example, it first bought it at 1.864, then it buys it at 1.85, then it buys it at 1.8 sharp, then 1.79, then 1.7 something until it goes down. So that means it is keeping on buying this coin at a cheaper price until it reaches at this level. So when a coin which has been, for example, in negative 3.9, when the robot buys it, it decreases this to 3.7 or 5. Let's do that live here. I'm going to give this coin, world coin, a margin call. Only one margin call. Let's go in the trade settings. I give it one more margin call. For example, 1. I tell this robot that, no, I give it 4. I've added from 3 to 4 margin calls. Then I tell the robot, now I want you to buy the 4th margin call. I want you to buy it. Now I've set this robot. I want you to master this. It is at -6, -3.6, right? If it buys the next margin call, what will happen? The robot is saying the status. Are you seeing the status here? It is saying buying price is triggered, waiting for callback. We give the callback 0.2. We give it 0.01. The moment it buys the 4th margin call here, you are going to find out the negative decreasing. Let's keep doing our training. We'll come back and see when it has bought. Yeah? So that means when we are trading and the robot keeps on buying, it decreases the negative. So that's why I always tell people that people who have good capital in this business, they will never cry about margin. They will never cry about negatives. They will never have a word floating loss in their vocabulary. Why? Because they are in the market all the time. Even if the coin has gone in negative, for them they are in business. Why? The robot is buying margin calls and selling these margin calls independently. Because if it buys this margin call at 0.8 sharp and the coin goes at 0.820, the robot will sell this margin call before even it reaches here. So that means your robot is busy buying and selling, buying and selling. Now it has bought. Let's come back and see. You see now, it has decreased the negative from 3.6 to 2.9. Have you seen that? Because it has bought the 4th margin call at a current price, which is a better. Let's go to the trades transaction records. You see, it has bought this new margin call at 1.799. The previous margin call, it had bought it at 1.822. So that means this is a better price. That's why the negative has been decreased to 2.8 instead of 3.6. So if this coin, we give it more margin calls, it keeps buying margin calls, it keeps buying margin calls, it keeps buying margin calls. For example, let's give it another margin call. Now we say 5 margin calls, okay? If it dares buy it, you are going to find out that it will keep on removing that margin, that negative, from 2.8 maybe to 1.8. You get the point? To 1.8. So it will keep buying at a cheaper price, buying at a cheaper price, and also decreasing the negative. So this will put our trades in a better position. So you find out that at the end of the day, when we are trading with the margin calls, our coins will have a possibility of being in business, giving us business all the time. We are in buying and selling. Now, when you are trading with many margin calls, never forget to put your trade in sub-bin real-time settlement. This option, that one, sub-bin real-time settlement. Why? When the robot is buying margin calls, these margin calls it buys here, 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 here. When they go up, it sells these margin calls independently. Remember, margin calls are making profits independently. That's why in your trade settings, there is distributed and take profit allocation. From the fifth call, the robot sells them independently at 1.3%. You can even give it 1%. The robot will give you profits. You are telling your robot, if my fifth margin call goes to 1%, take profit, you sell it. Then you will buy it again in case the market goes down. So at the end of the day, this keeps us in business. So the truth is, floating loss is not a loss, is unrealized loss. Because at the end of the day, the coin will bounce back. Do you know how many times Acro has been, for example, WorldCoin is a new coin. WorldCoin is a new coin. But when you look here at my blue line, WorldCoin has been here twice. But this is a new coin which was introduced just 1 month ago. But let's look at Acro, for example. Acro USDT. Let's look at 1 day because this is an old coin. It has been here for a long time. How many times has Acro been on this line before? Look at green line. 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time. In 2021, it was there. So it has been on that green line for very many times. So that means at the end of the day, we don't make losses in these trades. Why? Because the coin always comes and comes and pump and come on that level again. They do that always. They do that. So no need of a panic. No need to panic and you'll be there. Some people sell at loss. What are you doing? Are you in business? How could you sell a coin at loss? What are you achieving? Give it more margin calls and the coin keeps on making money for you. Because when you look at this coin Acro, it is in negative, but it is making money. For people who have more margin calls in it. Okay? Hope we have learned something. We learned something? We learned something? So this is the end of our training today. So never fear floating loss. Just make sure that you grow more capital, okay? And you give your coins more margin calls because margin calls is money. Margin calls is money and it will make you free from floating loss. Otherwise, no one knows where coins can go. You can make the market analysis, you do your analysis very well, you do everything, but at the end of the day, the coin goes down. But if you don't have margin calls, you are doomed. You will have to wait until it comes back. When you don't have capital for margin calls, share your link very well to good people. People with good capital. whoever activates their robot, that money you make, add it in margin calls. At the end of the day, you'll be in business. Thank you so much for attending. Unless someone has a question, go straight in the chat box and put your question, and we see how we can end out this training. Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question? If you have a question, you can put it in the chat. I'm seeing some message there. Thank you so much, Leader Harriet. Yes. And I think you people, you attend Leader Harriet's training. Always in the night, she teaches us about trading and all that. Leader Mark, thank you so much. Saddam, you're very welcome. Okay. So margin calls is business. I have seen a friend who has over 200 margin calls. Hey, I want to imagine someone trading with 200 margin calls. When will they ever cry about the market? Never, ever. Never, ever. They will be in the business, they will be trading, they will be enjoying, they will not need even to look at market analysis. For what? 200 margin calls? Did you know that a robot can have more than 900 margin calls? Did you know that? Or you didn't? The robot has a possibility of having 999 margin calls. Just imagine, 999. So if you're having good man and you give your robot 999 margin calls, when every drop is at 0.2%, how much money would you be making in trades? A lot of money. Okay. So thank you so much for attending. We are going to end our training. Let's meet again on Monday. Our non-training is from Monday to Saturday. Okay. So thank you so much for attending, friends. Make sure always our new people, they attend such a training and they learn something. We have several trainings. We want every one of us, by the time the bull run comes, we already, so that we are equipped with enough knowledge. We have a training in the night. Let me start in the morning. We have a training for crypto ambassadors early morning at 1:30. We have another training at 10 a.m. Crypto ambassadors. We have another training at 12 p.m. Game changers. We have another training at 9 p.m. Game changers. Every day. And these trainings are recorded on YouTube. And you are telling me you don't know anything about crypto? Then you are very lazy, my brother or sister. Don't do that yourself. Go out and learn. If you miss such rooms, go on YouTube, watch them, understand everything. Let's prepare for the bull run. It's going to make us rich. Have a good day. See you at the top.